This video will contain major spoilers for Red Dead Redemption 2. This is your spoiler warning. Please be warned. Micah Bell is the main antagonist of Red Dead Redemption 2, and he is an absolute ass, but that's his goal. He's a villain. If the actor Peter Bloomquist can make you hate him so much as I hate Micah, that's how you know he's a good character. Like, he really gets under your skin. You really just want to punch him in the face. So this video will not be slandering his character, because he's not a bad character at all. He's a very, very good and a very well-written character about just how much he makes you hate him, and I just want to talk about it because he's honestly probably my favorite villain in all of gaming. So, Arthur and Micah's first main interaction with each other in the game is in Chapter 2, when Micah gets thrown in the Strawberry Jail, and it's Arthur's job to break him out. Arthur at first seems to be joking that he hasn't decided if he really wants to break him out or not, but then he makes it very clear to Micah he's not joking, and there is a good chance that Arthur will just walk away and watch Micah swing, because he does not like Micah. He hates him. He can just sense there's something about him, that he's always talking in Dutch's ear, and he's putting him up to stuff, and the Blackwater ferry job, which is what caused the game to be on the run, was Micah's idea in the first place. So if somebody who just recently joined the gang puts your whole family at risk, you're not going to like him. So Arthur reluctantly breaks Micah out, and now he has to deal with him being free when he had a chance to watch him swing.
Let's get out of here, come on. What the hell are you doing?
He wasn't O'Driscoll.
The next time Micah and Arthur are doing something, it's Micah trying to make up to both Dutch and Arthur for getting stuck in jail in the first place, and he finds a robbery that him and Arthur are going to do together. But the whole time, back and forth, they're each antagonizing each other, saying, what, you need rescuing again? Micah calls them names and all that. But they do end up actually working together as a team pretty well, which I find surprising, because again, Arthur just despises Micah and just hates him so much.
All I see is you, me, a river full of dead O'Driscolls, and a lockbox. I'd say we're golden here, Morgan.
Throughout the game, other events transpire, but Micah never really oversteps his boundaries with Arthur because he probably knows if he did, Arthur would knock him on his ass, clean. And he doesn't really fight him until Arthur ends up contracting tuberculosis, which at the time was not curable, and it was pretty much a death sentence.
What is it?
It's not good news.
I guess that.
You got tuberculosis. Really sorry for you, son. It's a hell of a thing.
What do you mean?
You're real sick. It's a progressive disease.
And now that Arthur has contracted TB, he is very sick, very weak, and very ragged because he's literally dying. Tuberculosis, kind of gross, but if I remember correctly, it liquefies your organs from the inside out, and that's why anybody with tuberculosis, well, now there's a cure for it, but you would cough up blood, and I believe that's your organs. But don't quote me on this. I'm not a doctor. Medical advice, none of that. But with Arthur being extra sick now Micah stands up to him because he's pretty much beating on a dying man.
Was you followed? No. Was you followed? I said no.
Okay.
What is your problem?
What is your problem, partner? You don't look so good.
What is wrong with you?
Nothing wrong with me. I'm fit as a fiddle.
And I inside you.
There he is. Old Black Lung Morgan.
Shut up.
Was he followed?
Excuse me?
Was you followed?
You know who you're talking to.
I ain't sure. I ain't sure about much no more. All I know is there's law whenever you're around.
Is that so? Because it seems to me that since you've been riding with us, there ain't been nothing but trouble. Stirring things up all the time, getting in Dutch's ear. Seems wherever you is, there's Pinkertons and vice versa. So you better watch your goddamn mouth, boy! Or...
Take it easy, cowboy. You're gonna do yourself a mischief, way you're heading.
Micah, shut it!
He started it!
And that's how you know you're being a real ass, when Bill Williamson of anybody in the Vanderlyn gang tells you to shut up, that's how you know you're really pushing it, because Bill himself isn't a very good person either. Unfortunately, Arthur Morgan loses his battle with tuberculosis between everything. His lifestyle, what the gang was doing at that point, where he slept and where he lived. He was constantly in gunfights, and before this scene, he got into like a major fist fight with Micah, and he unfortunately ends up losing this battle, and he does end up dying. But because Red Dead 2 is an amazing game, they don't let the antagonist get off scot-free. It's all up to player choice. Joking aside, John Marston fights his way through and up Mount Hagen until he gets to Micah Bell's camp, where he can finally confront him for what Micah did all those years ago. And after a very long and nerve-wracking standoff where Sadie is held hostage by Micah and Dutch Vanderlyn, of all people, has appeared out of the cabin to the right, Dutch finally makes the killing blow where he shoots Micah in the chest, and the game then gives you the ability to just lay into him with every bullet you have for everything that rat deserves. And that is why Micah Bell is gaming's greatest antagonist. He pushes and pushes and pushes, but he won't do anything enough to, actually let the protagonist, hit him in the mouth. But the minute that Arthur is sick and ragged and weak and can't really hold his own in a fight anymore, that's when Micah strikes. That's when he bites. That's when he attacks and hits Arthur. When he can no longer stand up for himself. So he just cements himself as one of the worst people in gaming history, but also cements himself as one of the best villains. And that's going to do it for the video. It was unscripted. I know it's kind of all over the place. I just kind of wanted to just, say my thoughts on what I had to say about Micah, as the game turns 5 years old in 2 months, which I find insane. This game still looks, plays, and sounds amazing. The fact that it came out half a decade ago is crazy to me. But I just wanted to lay down my thoughts and let you guys know what I thought about Micah. So that's going to do it, and I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, evening, whenever you're watching this. That's all for now. Peace.